you about sleep science. So we're going to talk about, hey, no sleeping until I actually start lecturing. So we're going to talk about sleep tests, we're going to talk about scoring sleep tests, and different sleep disorders. So the first part of a sleep test is you got to get leads put on you, which are wires that measure the activity going on in your body. So like if you got like a COVID vaccine, it's kind of like the microchip they put in your body. Yeah. But once you're all like hooked up, you kind of look like Neo from this scene in The Matrix, except you're not in a bucket with computer jizz.
Got proof.
So a set of leads is called a montage, but it's nothing like a real montage. I gotta do push-ups, I'm gonna start running in the street, and then I high-five some random guy here, and then I gotta do sit-ups, and then I gotta jump rope, but the gift quality is so bad you can't actually see the rope, and then I fight the guy at the end. Alright. The first type of sleep test you can get is called an HST. And I know it's Pride Month, but that does not stand for homosexuality test. It's a home sleep test.
It doesn't stand for that.
It does not. Though I do have a homosexuality test if you want to take it later, John Jack.
Positive.
So this only has...
I'm so proud of you. Good job. Hi. This is your mom.
No, he's closeted. He doesn't get it. So it's it's got an abdomen belt, a snore sensor, it's got a pulse sensor, it's got a nasal pressure sensor, and an SpO2 sensor. And SpO2 is blood oxygen level. The next type of sleep test is a PSG. And I know it's Pride Month, but it does not stand for pretty sexy gay. It stands for polysomnogram. And even more wires are hooked up to you. You got like 8 on the top of your head, you got 1 on each eye, you got a nasal thermometer, a nasal pressure, 1 for your mouth, I think, some on your chin, some on your arms, some on your legs, some on your chest, and your abdomen as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff's going on. And then someone actually watches you sleep, which is kind of like my dream job. Because I finally get paid for it. And I get like written consent too, so that's really cool. They're also called in-lab studies because you do them in the sleep lab. And sleep labs kind of look like a hotel room and a hospital room had sex with each other. And then they create this thing. It says sleep tests gather information about your sleep. So they're kind of like the US government of your sleep. All right. So now we've gotten our sleep test done. We got to get it scored. We have like 8 hours worth of data for every single lead attached to us. So the first thing we're going to do is staging, which you got to break it into 30-second segments, and these are called epics. And let's not confuse these with our favorite healthcare IT company. Speaking of sleepy and epic, I think I'd sleep with Judy. But there's different stages. There's wake, REM. She's got a lot of money. If I knock her up, that's child support payment for me, I hope. So the different stages we can do are wake, REM, N1, N2, and N3. But in the 90s, there was another stage. It's called N64. So REM stands for rapid eye movement. You kind of look like this, except your eyes are closed, and you're not driving a car. Then there's apnea. So this is when you stop breathing for at least 10 seconds. And apnea is actually Latin for, I can't breathe, there's a dick in my throat. And for the record, my girlfriend's never had an apnea, because I've never choked her for that long.
Good.
She asked me to do it longer, I just don't.
Good.
Then there's leg movements. It's kind of like when you move your legs like this, except you're asleep. And then there's arousal. So this is like a slight awakening or a slight decrease in staging for just like 1 or 2 seconds. And this is like a guy having arousal. You can't even tell. But this is a man getting aroused. You can. This is what my girlfriend looks like when she's getting aroused. And this is Shrek getting aroused.
That looks like John Jack later tonight.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're going to talk about sleeping disorders. Woo! It says sleep apnea. I don't think I got that slide finished, but an apnea is a temporary, remember it was a temporary, it's 10 seconds or more when you stop breathing. So sleep apnea is when you have 5 or more in an hour, and if you have 5, it's mild. But if you have like 40, that's like severe sleep apnea, sorry. And then insomnia is when it's hard to go to sleep, it's hard to stay asleep, and it's hard to go back to bed, which sucks because it's the complete opposite of insomnia cookies. And then narcolepsy is when it's hard to stay awake and you suddenly like fall asleep. It was made famous in the movie Rat Race with Mr. Bean, where he's trying to win a bunch of money and then suddenly he just falls asleep in the middle of his hotel lobby. All right. And then there's restless leg syndrome. It's basically like there's like uncontrollable like need to move your legs. So like your legs are like this, and then they're like this. And finally we come to sleep bruxism. That's when you're like grinding your teeth while you're asleep, and you're like clenching your jaw, and you like maybe like chip your teeth or like grind the enamel off. It's not good. But grinding your teeth is bad for the most part, but not all the time. Because this tooth is pretty lit. So in conclusion, get your sleep. If you think you have a sleeping disorder, get a sleep test done. And don't sleep with any of these people.
Highly advisable. Highly advisable.
Maybe John Jack if you want to look like Shrek later tonight.
I have an extra vest.
Thank you. Question.
Any questions for Andrew Katz? Oh, big time. One. Are you a sufferer of a sleep disorder, or do you study sleep?
I'm a computer hacker who kind of works with sleep software.
What is what?
Are you trying to break into my dreams? Are you gonna be there one day?
This is what sleep software looks like.
Inception.
So I can read all those signals, and I know what your dreams look like.
This, apparently.
He
These are
sees
your-
you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
He knows when you're awake.
That's audacity.
Yeah.
What? So, explain.
Explain. Basically, if you're studied in the ways of this, you can tell what's going on here. You can tell if there's an apnea, if there's arousal. You can tell which stage of sleep is going on. I can't actually read dreams.
Oh,
You
okay.
can tell when you're dreaming.
You just know a lot about sleep studying?
Yeah, because I work and make this software.
You make this up.
Yeah.
Well, why isn't this about that?
Because who the fuck wants to learn about coding?
Why did you
Yeah, I should have
what
learned.
language 1998?
Did you write it with?
Wait, sorry. Who said 1998? You go first.
Why did you make the GUI look like it's 1998?
I didn't make this GUI. I just found that one on the internet.
What is it called?
What's a GUI?
A GUI is a graphical user interface.
Nerd.
You had a question.
He kind of answered it,
Oh.
sort of, but
More
how
gooey
did you code it? In what language?
I didn't code it. I just add to the code. But
So when you
I
said
feel
you
like-
made
What?
this,
That's
you
what
went
You altered it.
I work in sleep software. I didn't make this specific one. I can't. Yeah,
The
you.
story is changing, Andrew.
What the hell did you do?
What the hell did I do? I break into this software and I reverse engineer it, and then I can read what's going on.
Oh.
That's actually what I do.
Why?
Yeah, why? Why?
It's like the movie.
Why?
Because it's complicated. So
Are you a robber? I don't know what you do. Do you wear like a black cap and like gloves when you do this?
and I have techno music playing in the background. Yes, that's
And you-
exactly pretty much.
And Andrew, you said you were close to here, so are you going to give us a tour later?
I'll give you the tour of the office later. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Only for the panel though.
Who pays you?
It's a startup.
They give me stock options. Not a salary.
It's a Kickstarter.
Yes.
So how much are the kickbacks from the CPAP companies? You make the software look like a more rap and you make more money.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah.
The kickback, we don't understand. You know, there's a lot of, like, healthcare sucks, but yeah, you did touch on that. Yeah, healthcare is a huge problem in this world.
Another question.
That guy back there.
Why didn't you make your own instead of taking somebody else? Do you know how to code?
So what my software does is it just writes these events here. It doesn't actually make the signals or make the software behind the events. But like I had to reverse engineer it to get it to write those events in the way they would understand it. So it doesn't like come up with saying like the word poop or something.
Cool.
Yeah. You.
Why are you the first person to not have animals be a theme of your presentation?
I had an animal. It was Shrek. I also had Diddy Kong Racing. I don't know. All right. I think that's it. Thank you very much.